Alright, so we're going to make some pasta here. Got 2 cups of flour using a locally farmed homegrown organic whole grain wheat flour that was just milled yesterday. Okay, we got 3 farm fresh eggs, and there was about a quarter teaspoon of salt in there, sea salt. Okay, so just throw the eggs in there. Throw a dough hook attachment on here. You can use a mixer to start with, but this will do the whole schmear. We're going to give her a run on low. 10 minutes of kneading. It looks like a mess. Now we're just going to empty this out onto the table. Okay, we're just going to hand knead this just a little bit. It looks a little dry, but it's supposed to. If anything, you want this a little drier than you think it should be. After we knead this, we're going to wrap it up in cellophane, let it sit for at least 1 hour. Probably an hour and a half to 2, just wrapped in cellophane. Just for all the gluten to hold together, and then we can start rolling it out. Okay, so it's wrapped in cellophane. I'm going to give that about an hour and a half. Like I say, it looks a little dry, but after it sits, everything will kind of come together. If it's too wet, then you have problems rolling it out. It's been about 90 minutes. As you can see, this looks like a brick now. Everything's incorporating. Actually kind of looks like heroin, but it's not, it's pasta. So I'm going to cut this into 4s like that, and then process it. Okay, this is the last quarter. I'm going to form it into a bit of a disc before I run it through the rollers there. And then the cutters after that. Mind you, you can do this all by hand. If you didn't have a roller, you could, like a pasta roller, you could actually just use a rolling pin. And then you can just like take a knife like this and cut it into strips. So even though it looked dry before, now it's kind of moist. The whole wheat is tough to deal with. So now we're going to run it through the roller. And you'll go through 4 settings, fold it over from time to time. Like that. Helps everything stick together, and we'll come back when this one's done. Okay, we've run this through 4 settings, starting at 0 and going up to 4. So it's nice and thin. Now we're going to cut it. So we got the cutting blades in now. Cut these, hang them on my drying rack to let the noodles dry out. creamy. Here's the last piece going through. Hopefully it's going through. There we go. There's your pasta. So there it is. Fresh, local, organic, and it's going to be in the apper tonight. Show pictures of that later. Okay, there's pasta going into the boiling water. About 5 minutes. Okay, that's 5 minutes of cooking. Okay, there it is, good to go. A little shaved Parmigiano Reggiano.
The undisputed king of cheeses.